All right, if you've got a drone and you're interested in water landing gear as well as regular landing gear, I'm going to be reviewing both of them in this video, so let's get started. All right, so I bought this kit right out of the box. It has both landing gear included, one for water and then one for terrain that basically provides your drone a little bit of lift. There it is right there folded up, this gray piece of plastic. So we're going to get this out of the box. I'll put a link down in the description below. You could buy these separately, but I found that if you combine them, you actually save a little bit of money. And it's nice to have both options if you are indeed doing some water flying, I think. Or just wanting to have, like I said, a little bit of extra lift, providing extra protection for your drone. So let's take a look at this first. We'll unfold it here. Now, there's nothing fancy about this plastic other than it's specifically molded to fit. I'm flying a DJI Mini here, and so the cutouts are basically specifically for this drone. Now, it may fit other drones as well. You'll need to read the instructions to make sure, because you don't want to cover those sensors on the bottom of your drone, right? Your landing sensors and your vents and whatnot. So the cutouts are specific to the drone, and it allows you to basically pop it on just like this. And it's really easy to put on and to take off. You want to kind of wiggle it and it should snap and lock into place. There's a couple of little pieces of plastic that kind of pop in to the underside of one of the openings under the drone. So it doesn't block anything, obviously. And the landing gear, it's not super high quality, I would say. So you have to use two hands when you open each kind of ski, I would call it. But I don't get the sense that it's going to break. It's just plastic, foldable plastic. So you'll want to be a little gentle when you open and close those, but it's not a big deal. In fact, this, as you'll see here pretty soon, when we actually take it out and you can see kind of what it looks like, is a highly recommended purchase because, again, you are going to have a little bit of extra lift, a good inch or so. And if you're flying or landing in grass or, really anything, you want to provide it a little extra protection, especially so the propellers don't hit the blades of grass and cause it to, malfunction. You could certainly fly with the propeller guards on like this as well. However, keep in mind this will add to the additional to the weight of the drone, thus necessitating a required registration if you're flying for recreational purposes. If you're flying for Part 101, you'll have to register your drone regardless. Click that like button, by the way, subscribe to the channel, and share this video if you're interested or know somebody who might benefit. So I'm a DIY person. This channel is all about DIY projects, and so one of my first things before I bought this water landing kit was to try to take one of those little water noodles and then DIY style fashion my own. I had originally purchased these gray the gray terrain landing gear separately before I returned it and then made the combo purchase with the water gear. And I was like, well, maybe, in theory this would work. But the problem is it completely blocks the view of the gimbal and the camera. So that was basically a no-go. But I tried, right? I tried to save a buck or two. So next we're going to be reviewing the water landing gear. And this is where your money pays off because it has, again, a custom-made piece of plastic, and this time it doesn't pop on because you're going to be adding a little extra weight to it because we're dealing with water. And so when we lift off, you'll see here pretty soon, we might be taking some water up with us. So they decided to build this with a little bracket, and you mount the piece from the bottom and then put this little bracket over the top and then secure it together, thus pinching your drone basically with two provided screws. So installation's really quick, really simple, and there's no way this is like falling off or coming off mid-flight. It is definitely, with this bracket installed, a very, very secure way to fly. So this custom piece allows you to pinch these custom noodles, and they're pretty small. I was surprised how small they were. They're not like the regular sized noodles, the yellow one that you saw me clipping apart earlier. And you kind of delicately, pinch these on, and these noodles are not falling off. They're, I would say, extremely secure. In fact, when you go to take them off, they actually leave impressions. They pinch so hard in the pink noodle plastic. So I'm impressed with the integrity, the strength seems to be there, the quality seems to be there. It's a pretty sturdy little thing. So let's get this thing out and get it fired up, and you can see what we're dealing with. Now, one thing I'm definitely noticing is lack of stability, because your drone is basically bigger, right? And so you're going to be more susceptible to wind and turbulence. It's going to blow your drone laterally, vertically a little easier. This does have GPS locking, so it does its best to stay in place. Let's go ahead and bring it over to a sample set of water. We've got our kids' swimming pool set up here, and we're going to land and lower it into the water, see if it can take off without issue. Let me see if I can navigate this without hitting the side. The one-handed operation here. It does hover pretty well, like I said. On a windy day, though, you will notice the difference. Okay, let me align that. There we go. Right there. I'll go ahead and bring it down. Let me press the button. There we go. All right, so it definitely stopped, landed on the water. Now keep in mind, second point here, besides the turbulence, if you have wave, if you're thinking about like bringing this to the ocean or even a lake where you've got boats driving by, any type of wave is definitely going to, I would guess, it's not verified, but push waves onto, splash up onto the drone. So definitely keep that in mind. We're in a very non-turbulent area here with the water, meaning there's no waves, there's no, watercraft. The water is nice and smooth for the most part. So we're going to bring it up and take a look at the umbrella there. We've got a light breeze happening. And let me just hover it. So again, you're going to have problems or issues with aerodynamics flying with these two pretty bulky things. But you saw it take off from the water. I have a fully charged battery, so it had no problems with lift. There's another shot. It does bring up a little bit of water. You can see beads forming on the underside of the noodles there. But it's not absorbing it. It seems to just be kind of wicking or wickering on the bottom. But still something to think about. You're pulling extra weight. Your drone and its battery is required now to provide more power so that it can have more lift. Not to mention struggling with the wind to maintain its GPS location. So have an extra battery pack or two for sure if you're planning on doing some serious flying, taking off, or just flying with this water landing gear on. You can see I'm at whatever percentage it showed there. So it'll drain your battery a little faster. Oops, we're out of focus. Let's get that focused. And I'm just flying it around for you so you can get a sense for what it's like, moving it laterally and whatnot. So overall, I mean, the price point for the water landing gear and the other set of landing gear definitely worth having as an option for you. I don't know if I'm going to fly this a lot with the water landing gear, but it is, I think, a nice option to have, and it does land, again, providing extra lift for you. This one, definitely a recommendation, just having that extra lift as well.